Monastery is a Greek Orthodox monastery dedicated to the Virgin Mary. It is located within the Karadağ area inside of the province of Trabzon in Türkiye. The monastery itself was built in the 4th century AD and is considered one of the oldest Christian monasteries in the world. Sümela is a word that originated from the word melas. Melas actually means dark. Many assume this to be because of the dark hues of the Karadağ, black mountains in this region. The only way to get to the monastery is to use a very small pathway, and they assume that this is for security reasons when it was built. The monastery itself was actually started with the finding of an icon inside of a cave by two monks that were Greek Orthodox named Barnabas and Sophronios. Manuel III, who ruled from 1390 to 1417, was very interested in religious buildings, and it's thought that he gave a holy relic to this church. That was a piece of the cross which Jesus Christ was actually crucified on. This is not here anymore, but the fact that it was given to the Sümela Monastery is very interesting. Let's see what's inside. The artistic and architectural features of the monastery are breathtaking, but it is this church which is the most important part of the monastery. It was made very similar to the churches that are in Cappadocia, where they actually hew away at the rock to make an interior cave. Then the surfaces were smoothed and layer upon layer of frescoes were painted on the ceilings. These frescoes were painted between 18th and 19th century, but if you take a close look, you can see that there's at least 3 layers here. The monastery grew over time, and especially in the 18th and 19th centuries after the Ottoman conquest of the Trabzon area, it lived its golden age, and the Ottomans actually wrote decrees to protect the monastery and pretty much all of the religious monasteries within the country. You can see Turkish architecture within the buildings, especially the one behind me here. It's the pointed arches. Those are all part of the Ottoman Empire's touches on the monastery. Also the cupboards, the fireplaces, and a lot of the nooks all have the same characteristic. So when you're going through here, you can see how each culture has affected this monastery. The healing waters of the Sümela Monastery are famous throughout time. Both for Muslims and Christians, this was a place that they came to be able to be healed. You can see about 30 meters above me, there is drops of water that are coming off of the cliffside. And people who were in search of being healed would come here and have the water drip on them. This could mean waiting for a long time or not waiting much. I'm gonna try and see if I get to have a little drip. Ah! I got one. This could take a while. This is sacred water. The Sümela Monastery is located about 300 meters above the riverbed below and 1,200 meters above sea level. It is a magnificent view, And there are many religious places that are scattered, monasteries, churches, and small chapels that are scattered within this beautiful region. This is such a great place to come and just enjoy the scenery and be a part of history at the same time. By 1923, all of the monks had left and the monastery was basically abandoned. In 2010, with the permission and support of the Turkish government, the monastery was reopened 88 years later for the Ascension of the Virgin Mary ceremony, which was officiated by the Fener Greek Orthodox Patriarch. The monastery has been under renovation for the past 2 years and is now reopened for the public. It is absolutely amazing. When in the Trabzon area, do not miss this cultural heritage, only in Türkiye.